We are Last Call Legend, your favorite cover band's favorite cover band.
We talk about mental health with people who work in the music industry.
Our goal is to help artists overcome the inner challenges of being a creator.
If you know someone who might enjoy these talks, we'd love if you shared our podcast with them.
I feel like people would say a lot of stuff about Pekin.
It's not. Pekin's cool. There's actually some really cool people that I know from Pekin, but like it has its stigma.
Yeah.
It has a stigma for sure. Racist.
No, straight up,
No,
for real,
honestly,
like,
it's yeah.
Cause it's like Peoria is like not that big of a city, and so they lived in Bartonville.
Okay, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a smaller town.
Yeah, Bartonville's
So,
cool too.
That was kind of the thing. Where they were just like, yeah, we don't go there,
Yeah, it's like
and not them specifically, but just like the area. You know?
yeah, it's one of those. I think a while ago it was like a sundown town.
Oh,
So
that's crazy.
yeah, so it's not like that these days. I mean, but still, I'm sure like people say there are the moments and there's like the little. But I mean, I feel like there are always going to be racist people at the end of the day, and so like I think things are starting to be more um, intertwined, right? So I feel like everyone's kind of seeing other cultures, and they're like, I want to be like part of that culture, or I also understand because once you start understanding other people's cultures, you kind of lose some of that. I feel you lose some of that like hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't really like what you don't know sometimes. So I'm not saying there's a reason to be like, oh yeah, you can be racist. That's cool. I'm saying like, yeah, man, just a little tad. No, but I do think people need understanding, and that like I wrote a paper in college about how to end racism, which obviously is like. I didn't even turn it in. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It would be a whole different world. I'm just joking.
He was like,
It's like, nah, keep racism. No, I'm just like, I kind of just a tad. Well, no, I'm just joking. I know I turned it in, but but I do think there were some things. I think I was going through some old like like how you just you keep random papers or random things you did in the past, and I found it, and I had to I need to go look at it again. But I know one of those things I said was like understanding. So just putting yourself around other cultures is what's kind of and other ethnicities is what kind of opens up in other races, because that's what really the racism part comes in. It's just kind of like understanding other people, and maybe you don't necessarily have to accept other people's like beliefs or values, but understand that it is going to be different from yours, and just like it is what it is at the end of the day. Like I'm not like if I like some people aren't gonna believe like in the whole sister wives Mormon situation, but also at the same time, like some people don't believe in the monogamy thing. So it's like their choice. Like as long as you're spreading genuine love and good energy to people, that's all I care about.
yeah. No, I'm all about it. Let's end racism. I think we just ended racism.
I think we did it, yeah.
Thank God.
Yay.
But on that note, like moving from Peoria to Chicago, I feel like there is certain things where like if you live in a major metropolitan area, like you might not have even heard of like a sundown town because like you're so accustomed to just like living in more diverse communities.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I met someone. Actually, I don't know why I keep talking about Utah. About roommates from Utah though, but like I met someone, one of his friends, and that's what they were telling me is like they love Chicago for that fact that there's so much like diversity here, and I mean I think it's still kind of, for lack of a better term, segregated in a sense, but there are spaces where you can see a little bit of everybody. Like I stay over at Avondale, and like walking into a Jewel, you see a little bit of everybody, and you're like, oh. I didn't know that. I will say it's kind of gentrified in a sense, but I can't. It's hard for me to relate to the negative side of gentrification because I haven't lived in a predominantly like in a city where it's predominantly, or a space that's predominantly like Black, Mexican. Like I went to a predominantly white school, but I also hung out with a little bit of everybody, so it didn't really. I don't. Yeah, so I'm like, so I like diverse spots. Like I can't say I'm like the biggest fan of being the only black person in a room of a bunch of people, like thousands of people.
Sure.
I don't like that feeling, but I also don't have a like I don't like it just being like it's all just one. Like I don't know, it's just it's not my thing sometimes. You know what I mean? I like the diversity. I like it. Just that's just who I am. I can talk to 20 different people with 20 different ideologies and vibe with all of them,
Yeah.
as long as they're being like I genuinely just am talking in love and not in hate.
It just kind of makes sense why you're like involved in the arts community as well, because I think that is like kind of the great equalizer.
Yeah, I think art is. Are we doing a podcast right now?
Hey.
Oh, are we just? Oh, I was like, wait, are we actually going? Because we just sat down and started talking. I love this. We went straight heavy hitting, like we wasn't even. Hey, how's it going, man?
3 seconds, you gotta rope them in.
That was crazy. Y'all got me into something deep. What's up, doggy? We went straight into deep. It wasn't like, hey, what's your name? It was like, so how do we end racism? Yeah, I like that though.
They want two things. They want to end racism and they want to see our feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my socks on.
I mean, you wear the good socks.
I got the good socks on, like
the mind wander a little.
Yeah, they don't. You know, people sell feet pics and like.
You can't be giving it out for free.
No, yeah, I'm trying to get in that business if I could. I was just joking. I don't think.
It's an interesting thing, the feet pics, because it's like it's such an easy thing to do, and nobody's like. Only a few people are kind of weird about sharing their feet.
Yeah, because it's just like feet, like.
But it's got to be a marketing thing.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to market your feet.
This is so funny because I think that we live in such a weird world right now where you can make money in so many ways. So it's almost like if someone's like, you could be lazy and still make money. Like you could literally be like I don't want to do things, but well, I'm gonna take like 40 pictures of my feet and put it online. You still gotta like do a little bit of process. You gotta still market yourself, which is the thing that people don't speak on enough. Is that like they're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go and be the biggest singer on the earth. I'm gonna go be the biggest like artist on earth. I'm gonna be the biggest like OnlyFans like everything that you think you could be, you feel like you can be, but the dark side and the true reality of a lot of stuff is like it's marketing. And sometimes and there's luck, right? Like you can just post one time and it just goes viral and now you're like somebody.
But even if you post 100 times and one of them goes viral, that might even still be luck.
That might even be luck,
There's work behind that luck.
100%. And I feel like that's something that it's talked about, like because you can find this online, you can find all these conversations. It's like, but are you looking for it? You know what I mean? People aren't looking for that type of information. They're looking for like how do I go viral in 2 days? Like that type of stuff. That's what if they're
comes up on the feed.
The clickbait for you page.
Yeah.
I'm posting 100 times a day and I got 200,000 followers.
They're like, here's what you do. You open the app, then you close it, then you open it up again, and then you post.
They're like,
and
if you're not sharing on stories, like
yeah, dude, that sucks too because like they're selling that, so like really just what it is like somebody has an insecurity and they need that space to be filled, and that's how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some people's value systems have shifted in the past decade where like, dude, it kind of does feel like that Squid Games energy where it's like, okay, if I want my life to change at all, if I want upward mobility, I have to go viral.
Yeah, I do. So I do like music business consulting and I like do branding consulting and stuff like that. And people will look at it like, oh, well, you don't have X amount of followers. And I did go to school for marketing. I got a communication degree. I understand the processes, but then I've also lived a life, right? So like being in the world, I've met some of the tastemakers in a lot of different spaces and I'll follow them and they're like, oh yeah, I got like 300 followers. And you'll be like, okay. But you probably make $70,000, $100,000, $200,000 a year off of what you love to do. And here we are just like trying our hardest to go viral so we can be somebody in a creative space. And here you are, who you are somebody. I mean, some of the people, you could think of your favorite show, go down the line of the credits, and then you'll be like, go follow them on social media. You be like, oh, they only have like 500 followers. How are they? Because they did the actual thing of like meeting people. I think it's like actually going out and meeting people and going and putting in the work. But maybe that's an age thing. You know what I mean? Being over like 25, 26 and experiencing the creative space prior to too deep into the internet age. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause we've been around internet since we were kids. Like, we know, and marketing in internet was there
Right.
always, right? But the thing is now it's like the way. Like, people like forget, like, you still could go out and pass out flyers and it still works.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's like there's a lot of fantasy involved in virality and social media. It's like you see one person seemingly from the outside making an easy living, and you go, I'd like to do that, or I'd like that attention. But the reality is, like what we're talking about, a lot of times you're seeing somebody like 10 years
Yeah.
gone through, like, if you look at like Lizzo or something, like people will share these things where like Lizzo, a year before she's like having that year where she had all the hits, she's like, I was playing to nobody in a bar, and it's like, yeah, she was probably, first of all, she can sing like nobody's fucking business.
Yeah, you can't take that away from her.
And she built that skill over time and met the right people, and like you see the same thing with like Chapel Roan, and these are people that went one route, which we talk about a lot, like in terms of marketing. That there's never been a better opportunity to be an independent artist.
Yes.
And like sometimes these people that blow up really quickly, whether it's through virality, like if you blow up, and do you guys know the girl that puts the guitar in her lap and she sang the song about SpongeBob? The like,
I haven't seen that one.
what is it? It's
I
like,
don't know.
I just popped a bean, watch my eye roll.
Oh, I have to see that.
She like blew up, and I saw her post this thing. She's like, if this happened to somebody else, they'd be like signing a deal, but I am very overwhelmed by all the virality.
Yeah.
And so like the virality, like I saw this other guy who was a music marketing guy, and he's like, I made a post about Doshi, and it's got 1 million views, but that's not my target audience, so that virality is like zero value.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes.
So it's like doing the right stuff to get yourself in the right place.
Yeah, just like you were saying, like numbers for numbers' sake, you know? Like if you're friends with like the executive producer and like you're doing your due diligence to chop it up with them on a regular basis, that might hold a lot more value than like even like 1 million followers, you know? Like what is that really?
Yeah, I found, we use that old term of like rubbing elbows or schmoozing or whatever it's called. Like, but I feel like there's levels to that, and like I feel like the number one level is being genuine, right? Like, because when someone, no matter how big or small someone may see what you or I do in our creative spaces, we've all had someone be like, man, help me out. Hey, show me how to do this. Hey, put me on.
Right.
But like never came and offered you anything. They just like automatically seeing you doing stuff and say, hey man, can you show me this? Can you do this for me? Like, and then it's like, that's not even genuine. You like, even if we're friends or not friends, it feels like you're just trying to like come up off of all the work I've put in.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a problem with me being whoever I am and helping others, but I feel like it should be coming from me being genuine to help others, not people like, oh, you didn't help me out and I know you, like, or like I was there supporting you. Like, I feel like that's coming from a selfish space from them, and I don't think that that's always fair and talked about enough.
The reciprocation is like kind of not genuine, like you're saying. Like you ever got put in like an engagement group?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, just put this out, like, yeah, and then like
it fizzles out.
100 posts.
Fizzles out.
It never works. It works for like a week, and like the hardest part I would say is just finding your audience, because whatever you're posting about, I mean, that niche is usually like, you see so many producers try to get into like the artist space,
Yeah,
and it's like their content appeals to other producers, not like an audience. You know?
That makes sense.
So converting that audience and like finding actual people, you know,
That
if
just
we
are
all
there
had
for the like actual end product, the art, not trying to put themselves in your place.
I feel we all just marketed towards like accountants.
Yeah.
Like, we made
Dude, well, I just got hit up. This girl I went to high school with messaged me and she was like, dude, you need to make a new TikTok account because all your TikToks are going to like your friends and family. And it's true and it makes sense, but it's like they don't fuck with my shit. Like they follow me because they like me as a person, but they don't necessarily want to see my 100th time of my song.
Yeah.
And I need to find the people that do, so I'm actually going to test starting a new TikTok account from
scratch.
zero, so that, because like even my Instagram, I have like 2,000 something followers, but like I'll go in there, I'll be like, who the hell is this? And like of like people even I follow, and it's like, oh, we met each other, but they don't want what I'm putting out. Like we met at a party or this and that.
Yeah.
So, like, to clear the channel and just have, and that's the thing I think too with some of these things where people will be like, all this advice is valuable if like the clearer, like we talk about the idea of static or like signal and noise.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm sending my stuff out to people that love me but not my art, like it's so much noise that I have to cut through. Like I have to make something that appeals to people that like me as a person, that they will value enough to spend time with it so that it gets shown to people.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it might make more sense if it was just people that like my music.
Yeah.
Even if it was a smaller number, it would be more valuable because I would be sending. Because that's the thing, dude. Like sometimes as an artist, I don't know if you guys feel this. It's like, hey, here's my thing. Look at my thing, and like you feel like such a fucking idiot for because like you don't feel like people want to see if you're sharing your stuff with the wrong people. It feels bad.
Yeah, I think I agree with everything you're saying because for me, it's like I have so many little things that I'm doing, and I just came up with like I'm cool with like if you like what I'm posting, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I might post something that does 100, 200, whatever. It might do 5 or 6. I'm not even worried about the vanity numbers anymore, right? Like I've lost that. I just feel like you see what I'm doing. I've definitely ran into people who have not liked, shared, done anything. They're like, hey man, I saw you were in blah blah blah. Like saw you were doing this, and so like people are watching, but they're not always. But it's like, but it's not always engaging. But also, what does that do? I guess for a lack of a better choice of words, but it's like, what does that do for you, like financially, or like for what does it do for your art or what you're trying to put out there sometimes? And there's like a hidden value in just doing the thing, and people maybe not really responding, but getting inspired by or seeing you moving. And I've had people hit me up that I haven't talked to in years, and they'd be like, man, I see you doing this, and hey, I'm like wanting to start that, or like that looks really cool. Like how do you, and I don't mind, like once again going back to like the how-to questions, I don't necessarily mind those, but that's that part of it. You like, okay, I am doing something that has value somewhere. So that's when I started doing consulting, because I was like, there is a lot of how. You always want to know how. So yeah, like we can do a consulting call. I can teach you some of the things that I know. I mean, I have over 15 years of experience in the DIY space for doing my own concerts. And so
That's how we met, bro.
that's how we met. Like it's so
in the basement of Elbow Room.
yes, that okay. So I was telling somebody a story about us meeting because we were just talking about how small the music industry is and just how all this space is. And I was like, man, I ran into, I think you were working with Boy Band, was it Boy Band Review? Yeah. So I met him performing he was competing against each other. This fucker's too good. First off, I was like, I definitely was gonna lose.
Against each other in a
battle of the bands.
What's cool about you? Like that's what we're talking about, the genuine shit. Like we were in competition with each other, but like we became homies because you were just genuine.
I was like, bro, you're fucking raw. Like you're good at what you do, bro. Like soon I saw him play, I was like, I'm not gonna. This is his. This is his. But I wasn't mad. Like like
it's a little bit stacked against you. It was a voting thing, and you were coming from Peoria.
Yeah,
and
that
you
was.
were living in story.
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, you did what you like. What the competitions are weird because, like you said, the voting thing, and so sometimes there's gonna be somebody who's gonna beat you that like not to be cocky, but just to know yourself enough to like that guy's not, or that girl, that person's not. They're not better. Like I'm not trying to be an asshole, but they're just not better than me. I don't see it, right? Like I just don't see it. Like
in that competition, one of the groups there was a dude who was in a frat, and like
oh man,
like they, because the way that the competition worked was like if you got beaten, you'd get like if in the last 3 rounds or whatever. So like I came in second place, but I got to move on. But the person like a fucking bachelor party in a bus came to the one show, and then the next show where we were competing again. They didn't have a bachelor party coming through, so like I beat them because they didn't have.
Yeah.
Like so, there's always like
there's layers to it, but like so like we were going for like we met and then we got cool and then I'm just like became stage manager, started working for some of the street festivals. Then he's playing with Boy Band Review.
He played with Boy Band back in the day.
Did we? I don't know if we met at that time though.
I wasn't on that gig, so I was on
because we were both like filling in the same position.
Yeah.
Oh, got
it.
it.
On guitar, and he'd be on bass.
That's
when
funny.
He wasn't available for bass, then I was like, we were like subs.
That's funny.
I mean, that's super true to Chicago too.
But I think at that show, at the show where I saw you, that's the one where I was like.
Oh, I was at the festival.
He came and he played a song, but like it wasn't like a good song for him. It was just like
I came up and played bass, but there was no bass on the song.
Yeah, because like Brian thought I had to go to the bathroom, so he was like, "Call Evan up," and I was like, "Ev, you want to come play bass?"
That's crazy.
But you see how like so like just how small that is, and then we just were talking about how like when you're putting yourself in the spaces, you're gonna like run into each other, and I feel like. An artist isn't necessarily like if you're I'm a drummer. I just play drums. That's what I do. But when you're an artist, you create art, and it's just like more than just one thing. I feel like it's so when you're putting yourself in the spaces and you're doing the things, and you're like, I'll do background stuff, I'll do stage management, I'll do PA stuff, I'll be an assistant director. Like I'll do these things in the spaces because I love the art. I just want to push it forward, however I can do that. But when you're doing that, guess what you're doing? You're meeting people. And I feel like that's where we go back to that value of the numbers. Like the assistant director to, Chicago PD or something might not, I don't know if they do or not, so this isn't like facts or anything, but has hundreds of thousands of followers or not, we don't know. But that person is literally assistant director to one of the most iconic shows in Chicago right now. Like, like people know Chicago PD. They know that show, So like, but getting that connection with him or her and building that has so much more value than like just having 100,000 followers and not even being able to necessarily even monetize it first off. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because you have to create like a really valuable lead magnet.
Yes.
Where you are like, hey, you're gonna get these, and that's what's hard about art is like it's always hard to find the commodity in it.
Yeah,
like that's honestly, we talk about like there's so many things that go on that are just like so silly, and it's such a layup.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody goes to the emo shows. Everybody goes to the boy band shows because like there's a very clear thing being communicated.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what you're walking into. Like, emo night, I know what I'm gonna hear. I know what's gonna happen. I think that kind of gets into the battle of as DJs and versus like DJ producers, where you go and you're like, okay, cool, like we're going to the nightclub, we're gonna probably hear top 40 or house or something. That it doesn't matter who the DJ is because we just know. Then there's like the producer who's like, I want to play my own shit, my new stuff, my originals.
I saw Mustard open for Kendrick,
and
that was crazy. It was a 30-minute spot, and like Mustard was just playing like DJ Mustard song.
Yeah. So like,
and it was a vibe for that reason,
right? Because you knew, but like I think that the battle on the lower level is like, and I don't like to use certain terms like lower, but like I guess more on an indie level would be what I would probably look at it as, is that like. You're automatically, I make really cool shit. I should get paid to make this cool shit. But like there's a value in bringing people out. There's a value like there, and it sucks because it's like you got to play the game. It's like as much as it is, you got to play the economic game. Even though we don't want to, like I want to make art, and I don't care if I make money or not. And also, I would like to pay my bills and do what I love to do.
And those two things are always kind of in conflict.
It's in so much conflict, and I've had so many people that I was like just can't work with or don't work because they're like, you only care about money, or you're just like, and it's like not necessarily. I'm just focused on like trying to be happy, and sadly, money is it is. I don't care what people say. Like money doesn't buy happiness, but it does make you a little bit happier when your bills are paid.
It's like money won't fix your problems, but it'll fix your money problems.
It'll fix your money problem. So if you know, like, I'm gonna wake up today and go play guitar, and I'm gonna get paid X amount of dollars, and I don't have to do anything else, or maybe I have like one or two other little side gigs, but I don't have to do anything, and I love all the things I'm doing. Who are you to tell me I can't do that? Because like that makes me content. I'm doing all the things I like, and I'm getting paid to do it, and I don't have to like. I think it's because I'm at a level of contentment with all the things that I'm doing that maybe it's easier for me to speak from that like viewpoint. But it's like there's a lot of people who, when they don't have it or haven't seen it, they don't understand it because they're just thinking like you only want money or you're only. It's like, well, I like value my time too, because now I'm not spending time with family. I'm not spending time with friends. I'm giving you all this free time to help move you forward. And you don't even care about me. You only care about me helping you be better at what you're doing. And so, yeah, we have to like find a middle ground. And I'd still want to like collaborate. Collaboration is like feels great. Is the collaboration meaning like there's not necessarily a financial thing, but like even financial thing, I like collaborating. If someone paid you to play guitar on or drums or anything on a song, like you probably would have more fun being in the space doing it than you just sending them, here's what I created for you, and you just do it. You're gonna have more fun in the collaboration space, right? But like I don't know, it's just money sucks. This is where I'm getting at. It just fucking sucks.
I mean, it's like we just all have 24 hours in the day, and if you want to make the best art that you can make, you might need to get paid to do it. To have the time to develop the craft.
To have the time.
That's why I ended up doing the cover stuff, because I just I needed to get paid to spend more time practicing.
Yeah, and that's a true statement. I'm so indifferent about cover music and perform because like now I'm around it. I've never been really around cover music until I became a stage manager for these festivals. And like now I'm around it all the time. And I sit there and I think, and I'm like, well, dang, they're getting paid X amount of dollars, and they get to just come and do. And some of them are paid. They're doing every weekend, and I'm like, dang, their summer's covered. Like, if you're making
more than that,
yeah, like I mean, I'm
the festivals,
for the festivals, right? So let's say like you individually, we're not even talking about what the full band made. Let's say you're making $800 or no, not even that. Let's say you're making $500 a show, right? And you're playing 2-3 times a week. And you're doing that every month for 3 straight months for sure for the summer. Like that's really good money. And now you have 4 other days, but you got to rehearse. But after a while,
never rehearse. Boyband's been doing the same set for like 10 years.
But I was about to say, but then again, once it's the same set, it doesn't really, the rehearsal is not the issue anymore. So I think it's the beginning part, but like maybe add, hey, we have a new song that we're doing, so we need to like practice that. But that's like a quick, short.
There's some investment, but I just feel like once the motor's running, then it's like it's honestly just dividends because you just have to spend less time doing it.
Yeah, and I love that part about that because I think we do deserve to be paid for what we're doing, but there's levels to it because they're not gonna book you. I don't care how like they might book you early. You might play real early because they like you. But like the ones who are playing late in the night, they put butts in seats. They bring people out. They bring heads out. They got people who are standing there. I can't wait. They got
girls. The ABBA one plays fucking
every
oh, they're great. Good people.
Show up, because the marketing's good.
Yeah. And I actually they just played last night. The ABBA group, they're really good. I've been a stage manager a couple times when they're playing there. They bring people out. and people are ready for it, right? Like they're
ready for it. Yeah, exactly. It's like they have their name on the marquee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I could probably name 4 ABBA songs, but people come to see the band.
Yeah, because they created something that people enjoy, and they've done it consistently. I don't know how long they've been, but like the ones, seems like when I have conversations with some of the headliners, a lot of them say things like, "We've been doing this for 20 years."
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, so now let's put that in perspective as somebody who's 18 years old right now, and they just got out of high school and they're about to go to college, and they're like, or maybe not, but they're like, I want to pursue music. I want to do it. And then you're like, they've been doing that for 20 years, but that's not even counting. What did they do before that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're in their 50s or 40s. Some people might be in their 40s or 50s or 60s and they're doing the thing, but like they're in their 40s, 50s or 60s and doing it for 20, 30 years. But prior to that, they still put in another 10 years of work. So it's like, it sounds good essentially, but like everyone's just not going to be the Drake or the whoever of your thing. You know, they're not going to all be Travis Barker. Like you're not. That's so small. So like,
Call us the Drake of the cover band scene.
Yeah.
fuck it, fuck it.
Here's
From
the
the
thing.
grassy though.
Here's the thing, though, is like that whole industry is just so bankrupt that like when you're 12 and you pick up a guitar, people don't tell you, hey, part of the condition of you having this guitar is like you're gonna have to get on consultation calls. You're gonna have to send emails. You're gonna have to close sales.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to forge relationships, and you're gonna have tough conversations with people who like are trying to get away with paying you as little as possible.
Yeah, those are tough ones. Those are tough ones. Just talk. I mean, it's. I think now I'm getting a little bit more comfortable talking about money with clients, but it's like getting put in spaces where it's not like we have money conversations. Like versus when you're saying it's like, hey, like I think you're really good at what you do. I want you to be my guitarist for my band, and you're like, okay, I believe in the band. Let's go play and let's do it. But then you're like, all right, well, if I'm putting out money all the time, and it's like maybe this isn't. It's not working, you know. It's like, okay, it's not working financially, unless it's like, you know, your childhood friends. You guys have been playing and didn't even care about it when you were 14 years old. You're just like, we're just doing a thing in our garage and have some friends come over. But then you're like, I want to tour. I want to go to a state over. And then you're like, oh, wait, that like costs money to be there? And they're not going to pay us. And if we can't sell tickets, they don't really care about us anymore. Like all the things. And you're just like, oh, wait, there's politics to this. Right. So now all the tough conversations come. It's like, are we, is this serious? Do we want to do this, or are we hobbyists? Because if you're touring, you probably shouldn't be a hobbyist unless you just don't care about the money. If you're not worried about making, if you have a good job.
It'd be impossible to like tour as a hobbyist.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
kind of a commitment.
yeah, unless you're like a weekend warrior and you have a good 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with anything when it comes to like trying to be a musician and put yourself out there. But I think there's like, or whatever, creative, but it's like you have to think about all these things, and you can't be upset when someone else looks at the industry in a different way because it doesn't fit what your mode is. So you just go that you guys don't have to not be friends because y'all don't think the same in the music industry, but you should also realize like we probably can't work together. And that's okay. Because it's like we don't have the same vision, and like if the visions don't align, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing. I mean, me and him always trying to lack the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people that have the same vision and work ethic and
mindset, goals.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think?
I mean, a lot of people don't really set goals. You know?
I had a situation, I was in a relationship, and that was one of the things we talked about. I was like, okay, so what are you actually trying to do here? Like, not in a negative way, just really trying to see, like, if we're going to have a family, and you're traveling, like, what is, and I was like, honestly, I just want to be, like, financially, like, capable to do what I love to do. And so I started putting numbers on things. I was like, this is how much I want to make in a year. And I started kind of pushing toward those goals, like, okay, well, and this all happened, like, you know, I'm looking here, I'm like, okay, I do this, and this. Let's just monetize them. And if people don't want to spend on them, they don't. If they do, they do. You know, but I have so many different skill sets. And then you start to learn that, like, example, I've been booking venues for X amount of years, like 10 plus years. But I also learned like a locations manager in a film set is pretty much the same thing. So it was like, oh, you can transition some of your skills to other industries, still be in the creative space. And I like film anyway. And so I started learning like, how do I just like utilize my skills and transition them in different spaces when need be. So I'm just, hey, I'm a Swiss Army knife. You need me, pull me out, pick the choice, pick the knife you want. Cause I'm gonna cut through. You feel me? Like, we'll be good.
Versatile.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, in conclusion, bro, why do you think humans make art?
Why do you think humans make art is a good question. I think we all want to express ourselves and be heard. And I think there's an egotistical side of it, of thinking that what we do is best, right? And so I feel like there's like that. There's the thirds of battling that. You know what I mean? Like the egotistical side, but also wanting to be heard and to be valued. So I feel like that's why we kind of create our art. To be heard.
Ego against art. Yeah, I agree with that. Just like the universal thing, because it's you, like the small I and the big I.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're here expressing ourselves for this small portion of the history of the universe.
So would you continue to make art for the rest of your life if there was ever like a dollar amount given?
That's a great question.
This is what I do. I made art for 5 years without sharing any of my songs, so I guess I kind of do that anyways.
Yeah.
And it's like you were saying, like I might as well try to monetize this because I'm doing it anyways.
Yeah, and I think that's where I get at, where I battle with people. It's like, if I wasn't making money, I'm still gonna make music. Like I'm still gonna make. I'm still gonna make, but I'm also might as well make some money. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Bros.
Oh,
this
this is pretty
Go
crazy.
straight
Oh,
in.
let me see.
Go straight in. Yep.
All right.
And now.
Oh, let's go.
Let's monetize,
Let's
baby.
monetize.
Eat the film.
With the sock on, baby. Big socks.
Dude, after the paywall, the socks come off.
Yeah.